Welcome back to Divine Chosen Healer. I just wanted to do a quick reading for the men. June was Mental Health Awareness Month for the men, and I think that it's very important that men and their mental state is acknowledged as well, because a lot of the times men are just pushed to the back burner and they're always taught from yay on high to be a certain way emotionally. Don't show your emotions, don't cry, don't be soft, you always got to be hard, you always got to be a hard worker, you always got to be a provider. And sometimes men need to be vulnerable. They need to have a soft space and a soft spot to retreat to, and sometimes they don't always need to be the strong one. And we as women, and just as a society as a whole, need to understand that sometimes men need that leeway to just be and to just express, and to know that it is okay to cry, to know that it is okay that you don't always have the answer, that you're not always able to provide, you're not always there mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, or spiritually. I'm going to pull a chakra wisdom card for the men just to see what the energy is pulling for the majority of the collective men. So we have two cards that fell over. The first one is second chakra, sacral chakra, sexuality. And it says, I honor and respect my sexuality, and I allow the natural flow of my feelings. I acknowledge that my sexual thoughts and feelings will arise, and I release unnecessary guilt regarding sex. I am open to the positive sensual feelings coming to me from others. At the same time, I will keep my sexual activities well directed and in balance. So there is a lot of sexual energy amongst the men, a lot of horniness, but also we have to keep in mind that this is a way that men can relieve stress and any type of pent-up frustration or anything negative that they're carrying. So that is like a release to them. They need to be okay with understanding that what they're feeling sexually, it's okay, as long as it's not involving minors and, underage children. But when you are having a healthy sexual relationship, it's totally fine to be sexual and to fulfill your sexual desires, as long as it is not hurting anyone, or you are not forcing yourself upon someone, and definitely as long as you're not bothering children. Also, it is important, though, for men to understand that you have to keep some of that sexual energy within yourself. It's totally okay, and it's totally necessary to sometimes refrain from that sexual activity, because you are exchanging energy, it's always been a cool thing for the man to have multiple partners, but that doesn't prove anything except for you are a nasty, careless individual. You want to honor your genitals and honor your sacral and your sexual space, because you matter and you're valuable. And when you dibble and dabble into different universes and you are going in and out of different women at different times, not only is it a potential for an STD, but you also attract sexual transmitted demons. The other card that fell out was third chakra, solar plexus, freedom of choice. I have the freedom to choose, so I choose wisely because my decisions have a great impact on how I see myself and how I feel about myself. I own, accept, and express my feelings unreservedly, and I do not try to escape them with my own mind games. I have free will to choose how I respond to any situation. I choose to respond with wisdom, clarity, and understanding. So you men, you always have a choice in who you want to share your space with. You have a divine right to have a list of what you expect out of a relationship, what you expect out of a friendship, and you have a divine right to choose wisely that will be beneficial towards you. It's been such a long while, if ever, that the man has actually had a voice and had an opportunity to stand up for himself and speak for himself. I think that when Kevin Samuels came along, he gave men the voice to not be intimidated or afraid or quiet. They were allowed to genuinely say how they feel and what they expect and what they want, and you have a right for that. You have a freedom of choice to decide what's best for you and what type of energy that you want to keep in your space. So keep in mind of that, men. And let's go on to the next deck to pull on energy of the collective for the men here in their mental space. I want the men to heal, because when the men heal, the women will heal. And when we all heal, life can be great. So let's see what the energy is pulling for the men here. The first card that fell out was nightmares. So you'd be surprised on the heaviness that a lot of men carry, a lot of the burdens that men carry in silence. They will get up and go on about their day, continue to go to work, continue to try to provide for their children and their spouses, and not talk about anything that's bothering them internally. And that's a heavy, hard burden to carry as a man. You are taught to not express how you feel, and so you keep that inside of you, and it's very dangerous, because it's just like a pent-up frustration that will eventually blow. And a lot of these men are out here, they are being spiritually attacked. They're not sleeping well. When they do sleep, they're not getting peaceful sleep. And so I want men to learn how to meditate, learn how to take time away from life and to sit still. You don't always have to go kick it with your guys. You don't always have to have company. You ain't always got to go to the club and kick it or be in the now. Sometimes you just got to sit still. Sometimes you just got to know how to clear your chakras and clear your energy, so that anything that is attaching to you negatively, that is haunting you or hurting you, you're allowed to acknowledge that, and you are allowed to remove that space. A lot of y'all are looking for missing things that your mother failed to give you in women, and you're chasing this high that you're never going to find because it is within yourself. And so these nightmares are starting to be overpowering for you. There's a lack of sleep there because you are spiritually attacked, being spiritually attacked for the men. A lot of y'all are doing y'all shadow work. What is shadow work? Shadow work is digging deep into your past life, digging deep into your present life, trying to understand your childhood trauma, trying to grow from that and understand that what you've been through, what you were put through is not you. That's just a part of your story. That's just a part of your testimony. And through your shadow work and acknowledging and understanding who you are and whose you are able to come out on the better end of the road, stronger, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's okay, men, for you to cry sometimes. It's okay for you to admit, I ain't got it all. It ain't right now. Like, I don't feel okay right now. I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be here no more. A lot of y'all, I'm picking up a lot of men are having thoughts of unaliving themselves because it's just, the burden is just too heavy. You know, you're working so hard to just try to be the best that you can be, and all that you can be is the best that you can be. You're trying, and sometimes your trying is never good enough. And you're just overwhelmed. A lot of y'all are very secretive. A lot of y'all have a lot of secrets that you hold when it comes to your childhood trauma, when it comes to your teenage trauma, when it comes to your adult trauma. And y'all don't have anybody to talk to. I want all of y'all men to heal from the things that you are not able to talk about out loud. God knows your secrets. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, they know your pain. They know what you're holding internally. And it's okay to go in a room and go into a closet and have that type of communication with God and just talk and just let it out and cry if you're not able to speak to another individual person. Those secrets that y'all are holding on to, they're eating y'all alive. Whatever those secrets are, you know, whether it has anything to do with your sexual energy or childhood trauma, something that has happened to you, something that someone has done to you. A lot of men, and I'm just going to call it out, a lot of y'all men are under spiritual warfare. A lot of women are using witchcraft and different tricks and trades to keep you in a spell, to keep you locked into something that you don't want to be in. You're going to have to learn how to spiritually remove binds, because a lot of the energy that y'all are in, a lot of the people around you are no good for you, whether that be relationships, friends, and family. Yep, see, ghosting. Exactly. Y'all going to have to learn how to ghost people out of your life. You're going to have to learn how to just disappear and just remove. You got the freedom of choice here. You got freedom of choice here. This third chakra solar plexus card, y'all have the freedom of choice to decide who and what you want in your life. You have to learn how to go ghost. You have to learn how to just disappear out of the scene. Put your phone on do not disturb. Deny going to the party or the invite every once in a while. You ain't always got to show up. You ain't always got to be the front and the center and the life of the party. You ain't always got to answer or be a part of the group chat. Sometimes you just got to remove yourself and start working on your inner healing to be the best version of yourself that you can be, because I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all men are under heavy distraction. Y'all don't even realize how important y'all are, how powerful y'all are, how much y'all are needed. And I don't give a damn what everybody's out here saying about how I don't need a man and I don't da-da-da-da. Listen, men are important. Men are needed. Men are wanted. Y'all have a lot of prideful energy that y'all need to get away from. A lot of y'all men are stuck in your ways and you're too prideful to sit in your darkness and look in the mirror, like really look at yourself and see what is it that I need to work on. Because a lot of y'all carry energy that you guys try to blame either your spouse on, your kids on, your friends on, or your family, because you can't sit in your shit. When you sit in shit too long, you forget what it smells like. And so that prideful energy is going to be a lot of y'all men's downfall. Too prideful to take advice, too prideful to ask for forgiveness, too prideful to admit when you were wrong, too prideful to know that you too can be checked, you too can be taught lessons. Too prideful to cry, too prideful to share your emotions and show how you really feel, too prideful to let somebody know that you're hurt. We have divine timing. So time is on y'all's side. God is allowing y'all to be vulnerable and to acknowledge whatever you need to acknowledge within yourself so that you can heal. I always say that a hurt child grows up to be a damaged adult. And y'all don't even realize the power that y'all hold. Like, y'all can move mountains. You guys are naturally born leaders. You're naturally strong. You are needed in this world. There's some of you men out there are created to be somebody's soulmate, divinely, heavenly, somebody's heavenly and divine soulmate. And you have someone in your life right now, but it ain't equally yoked right now, because both of y'all are dealing with unhealed energy. And when you both are coming in with baggage, there ain't nobody there to clean it up. It just gets piled up and piled up and piled up. And so that energy of all of that heaviness, it overshadows the beauty and what God has put together. So there's a lot of tension with marriages, a lot of tension with relationships, a lot of arguing, a lot of bickering, a lot of cheating, because y'all are not healing your own wounds first. You come to the table and you expect your mate or your partner to have the chair and have the chairs already to pull up to the table, but the table is wobbly. The screws are falling out of the table. So the foundation needs to be laid strong first before you can demand anything. And that's where that prideful energy comes from. A lot of y'all are missing out on your soulmates because of your prideful energy. You expect someone to be a Build-A-Bear situation, and it's not that. You have to understand that people will come with baggage. People will come with issues. You have to be willing to see through the soul and not on the surface level, because a lot of y'all are missing out on good people because you're too prideful and arrogant and too cocky and too expecting when you yourself are not put together. Let's see what else the energy is pulling for the men. What does this say? Yeah, we got falsehood and confession. So yeah, a lot of y'all are play. Y'all like to pretend and be fake and phony and expect things that you are not willing to give. Got to come up out of that falsehood, out of that fake illusion of life here, and you're going to have to learn how to confess. Some of y'all are... some of you men would rather go cheat than confess to your mate, like, this is what you're not doing for me, this is what I need, but I gotta go get it somewhere else. And a lot of times that's an excuse because you're constantly looking for a empty void that you don't know how to fill. Some of y'all could have some emotional issues with your mom growing up as a son. You know, the mother and the son is supposed to be the first of love, and a lot of y'all have missed that opportunity. Some of y'all mothers didn't show y'all respect and grace and mercy, and didn't lift y'all up, didn't acknowledge the good things. Some of y'all men were put in triangulation situations where you grew up with a narcissistic mama and she treated one sibling better than you, and it was like nothing that you did was ever good enough. You went to school, you wasn't good enough for the teacher. You went to work, you wasn't good enough for the boss. You come home, you getting nitpicked and bickered by your girlfriend or your wife, like it ain't good enough, and you're just tired. Open your mouth and confess what is bothering you. You have the freedom of choice. You have the freedom to speak your mind. Come up out of that falsehood and this fake reality that you have to be this divine creature of walking perfection because you are a man. I don't care what your genitals are between your legs. You are a human first, and humans have emotions, and it's totally okay to express that. Let me pull one more card for the men, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Whoa. 2 cards fell out. We got holding on and fresh start. Yeah, a lot of y'all men are holding on to grudges. Y'all holding on to past hurt. Y'all are holding on to things that you should have been let go. That's why you're so heavy. That's why you're so depressed. That's why you have suicidal thoughts. That's why you taking drugs and drinking and popping pills, because you just won't let the bullshit go. Let it go. You hear me? You are given a fresh start. Every day that God opens up your eyes, it's a brand new day of grace. It's a brand new day of mercy. Every day that you're able to walk and move and breathe and provide and just live and just be, it is a fresh start. So don't allow yesterday's struggle, yesterday's pain to bring y'all down. Men, we love y'all. We value y'all. We want to see y'all win. And I want you guys to believe that for yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.